Welcome to this CP short. What we're reading. It has been a while, and our apologies for that. Just getting everything figured out with the summer, but we'll get up and get going again with a lot of these informational short episodes, as well as get some interviews starting up here in the near future. But on this one, we are doing what we are reading, and it is on the book Functional Training by Juan Carlos or J.C. Santana. He is at the Institute of Human Performance down in Florida. I believe, if I've gotten the history correct, this Institute of Human Performance has been kind of a hotbed to put out a lot of really good strength coaches. Have all kind of started there and then branched out. I believe Mike Boyle of Mike Boyle Training Systems up in the Northeast came from there at one point from working, and Mark Verstegen of Exos is also affiliated in his history with that place. But anyway, reason for checking out this book is to always see something a little bit different, to try and look at different ideas and how it can complement what we're doing for own personal training, but also training for others. The word functional, when it comes to functional training and exercises, has really kind of gotten blurred, I would say, over however many of the past years, because there's so many people putting that tag in front of what they're doing and what does that actually mean. The nice thing I liked about how Juan Carlos Santana did this was, yes, he was focusing on a specific kind of style of training, or what he deems functional training, which I think they do a really good job of breaking down exactly what and how they describe that, and at the same time really talking about how it complements kind of quote unquote traditional training, your kind of core basic movements that you do in the gym, and how this can be a really nice add-on and complement to that, or also be a standalone training system depending on what your goals are and what you're trying to do. Really, how they termed the functional part of functional training is that it is trying to focus on movements and exercises that are functional to the sport or event that the person they are training are doing. Now, that's not to say you're necessarily just doing all athletic related things, but really trying to match the demands of the sport and figure out how to complement basic strength and hypertrophy and power movements by putting on these different exercises into the program that allow for more specific strength and power development throughout the course of the training. They do a good job of looking at how that could look in season versus out of season, and how functional training could be really beneficial in season, because we're not obviously trying to make a huge amount of gains in season, but really want to maintain power, maintain as much strength as we can, and obviously reduce or eliminate as many injuries as absolutely possible. Again, meant in this context as a very good overview of how they can complement or how it can be standalone. And really, the other part, and this is one that I'll be taking a lot of it, is the injury prevention of the resilience. And that is accomplished by moving the body in simulated ways that stress the body, like the sport or the event or the work that someone is doing, and trying to build up a resiliency to those demands in order, A, to hopefully be strong enough, move well enough to avoid getting hurt in those positions when they are called upon in your sport or your job, and also potentially just making your body more resilient so that if a specific mechanism happens, or someone gets put in a position that might ultimately lead to injury, the body has something to kind of go back to or refer to, and how to operate in that position and come out of it hopefully with less of an injury, and something that would then set them up to return quicker. Really good on both the kind of pedagogical side in terms of all the theoretical and different ideas that they're doing. They do a great job explaining that. But then this book is chocked full of exercises, and that was one that I really took away. Is, this one makes sense for something I think that would work here. This would work here, so on and so forth, to find where it would already complement what I'm doing for personally and for any programming that I'm doing. Very basic, but really good starter templates for programming in case you wanted to get started. And then they also talked about kind of rehab to performance and that application for me as an athletic trainer and also a certified strength and conditioning specialist. This hit it right on the head for me, and kind of complements another book we've done on what we are reading, which is Bridging the Gap by Sue Falsoni. These two can really complement each other because they kind of address that middle area of what do you do when an athlete's coming back from an injury and working their way back to performance, and who and what can be most beneficial to them in that kind of gray area as they get back to what they're doing. So, highly recommend Functional Training by Juan Carlos Santana. Great reference book, one you can go through and just check out the exercises, but also one to read cover to cover. We will have the link on clinicallypress.com in the short section with an image of this. It will also be in the description, and we'll get it on our bio in Linktree on Instagram, as well as on Twitter. So yeah, give it a look. That's a good take on functional training, and just searching around a little bit. Mike Boyle also has a good functional training book, the new functional training for sports. So that might be one to check out as well. Again, the Institute of Human Performance has put out a lot of really good people. A lot of good people have come through there, so definitely worth giving a look. And with that, hope you enjoy this one, and we'll be back soon with more episodes.